Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Indoles and welcome back to Agrarian Skies. So, in the last episode, we built a farm. As you can see, I've done a little bit of work on it. I made a whole bunch of water spots and I lit it up. I've been growing a lot of wheat because I needed it for the bees, which I've also been working on. But that is full. Wow. Wow, that's nice. It was probably backed up too. I'll deal with that another time. I got a decent amount of dirt. Wow, things are just going great for me. Let's throw those in there. I'm not going to do much with the farm on camera. This is just going to be how I kind of keep things. I'll probably have barrels and everything, but I still need to move the tree farm and expand it. These are full of poop. We're gonna kind of improve this episode. We're gonna activate this. As you can see, I've got power. It's not connected to anything yet, but it will be. Other things I've done off camera. I have Imperial bees, so I have quite a few royal jelly now. That took a while, but not terribly long. I have some seared brick. I was making Invar. I ran out of Invar, so I'm slowly taking stuff downstairs. So let's go actually look at the ME system. 2 4K storage disks are completely full with items. So I need to expand that a lot, but we have a lot to do in this episode, so I don't really want to waste too much more time just kind of going over what I've done off camera. But as you can see, I've moved. This will run indefinitely now until I think the thing down below the tank gets full, because it's taking all of the drops that don't go into those barrels down to the ME system. We need to get a lot more trees. We have about 2,000. We need like a lot. I don't even remember how many. For the hoarding, we need 100,000 oak wood. So yeah, I'm gonna expand that tree farm. I'm gonna let that go off camera. I'll probably upgrade these. I didn't want to do that. I'll probably upgrade the barrel to probably farther than this. But as you can see, I got the seared stone. So let's go ahead and turn that quest in. And that unlocks another one, which requires 1,000. So I'm going to be turning this on again. I'm just going to put that in there. Let's grab a whole bunch of cobblestone. And I'll do this off camera. This is the type of stuff that is just kind of grindy. It's just going to run while I do other things. So let's take the full heart. With 56 lives. Wow. So we'll make progress on this. I've retired this as the quest, the chest of doing things. This is going to be kind of my storage of things I'm working on. As you can see, I have 5 royal jelly and I have another one here. So this is the chest of things we're going to do. So first things first, we're going to hook up that rancher so we can start getting milk, ideally. Oh wow, it's way over here. It would almost be better just to run it to the other power line, but I don't want to because this is going to have a lot more power, and I'm going to need to run power over here anyways, so not a huge issue. And eventually I will upgrade these conduits. Oops, too far. And so yeah, the rancher should be working. Let's go see if it is. I made a couple more dynamos. I had this problem before. Blue is input, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And I don't know. I'll deal with that off camera. It's late for me. I don't feel like trying to deal with that right now. Not a big issue, but let's see if the rancher has power. Do I need to provide it with a bucket? Actually, don't know. Let's go grab our sledgehammer from down here and see if we can't figure out why that's not working. But that's another thing that I'm not going to worry too much about. I really need to get these terminals everywhere and get all my inventory into it, which that is one thing we're going to be working on today is alright, so it should be working. Let's turn that off and see. Yeah, that's what it was. Now, will it eject the milk? No. So I need to put a block over here. Or I could do like this. That should work, right? Yes. And so, awesome, we're gonna slowly get milk. This is good for multiple reasons, and I'm gonna probably breed those guys another time. We are gonna need a lot of sewage. And when I say a lot, that's a lot. So I might let's go ahead and do that. I can make these quest delivery systems, but I should have one already, yes. So let's go ahead and set this up. It's been a long time since I've done this, so I'm going to explain it. Fluid ducts. So basically, we're going to come over here, and we're going to place the quest delivery system right here. No, not there. We're going to place it right there. And then we're going to take our quest book. We're going to look at this and select task and right click. And now it's saved to that. So we can just do this. And whenever we want, we can just come over and pump all the crap there. And it should slowly be getting. Now we're going to improve that, so I'm just going to let that run, and we're going to improve it, and let's go ahead and do that. So we can put the fluid ducts back, don't need those, and this. So the rancher doesn't take any upgrades, but the supers will. And I'm going to give them 2 bronze upgrades, and I hooked up both of them, I believe. So let's grab this one. So that will give me a lot more sewage. And then we'll do this one as well. And there we go. But this is slowly going to drain. I've already got a lot of it, and we're not even at 1%. That's going to take a while. But, alright, so I wasted a third of the episode, roughly, without doing what I really wanted to do, which is this. So let's go downstairs, and we're going to build automated crafting. I've never done this, so I have to remember these, I believe. So let me build a 5x5 one. Let's build it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's as big as my ceiling, so that's good and bad. It's not a big deal, but it's meh. But so you just make the exterior out of the containment walls, like so. And these, I made them once before, but the recipe, they're not terribly difficult or expensive. I should have just enough. Yeah. Alright, and then we take these heat vents and we fill in the areas, I believe. I hope I'm building this right. If not, I can't really do much about it. But we just fill this in. And unfortunately, the roof is a little low down here, so that's about as big as we can go, unless we want to make it like underneath here. Do I have any ME cables? Yes, I do. Awesome. That is good. So the interior takes either these crafting CPUs or these pattern providers. I'm going to put the crafting CPUs in the back. I don't think it matters. But I have 8 of these pattern providers. So we're going to do this. And I already made one pattern, and I'll show you how to make those in a second. But I made, which I've already, I've made the blank pattern before, which the recipe is really easy. It was there in case you didn't see it, but that's all the recipe is. So I'm just going to put that in one of them, and then I will seal it up. And hey, it works. Now we're going to install it. And awesome, I can access that. The system reboots, and now if I want to craft a blank pattern, I can tell it to craft 10 of them. And now I have 10 blank patterns. Oh, that is so awesome. I'm going to be basically programming this. I have quite a few options of things to do. But one of the first things I want to teach it to make, because I do want to try something. Let's see. Where did I put them? They might be in the system. So I'm going to put this stuff in the system. But I want to teach it how to make glass. So let's take a single piece of sand and a single piece of glass, which is all we have. Any interface, and then I need an import bus, but it can just be basic. It doesn't have any stone or wood in it. I will fix this later with import buses. Actually, let's make 2. I'll need to get the sticky pistons from up there, but first I'm going to show you how to make glass. So you put the blank pattern there, tell it sand to glass in code. So now we know how to craft 1 glass with 1 sand. And then I'm just going to stick those in there. And we're going to need slime balls or rubber or whatever I can find. I have some slime balls, I know. Slime balls are relatively easy for me to get, as is rubber, so it doesn't really matter which. So there's the import. And let's throw those in there. And we want the import bus. and it's missing those, so let's make those. So what I want to do is put this interface right there, and I want to teach it the glass. And I think I can just do this. I actually don't know what I'm doing with this, so I might be screwing up. If it doesn't work, I will go figure it out later. But this is a mess. I hate wiring. Let's do that. There we go. So it should reboot, and I can craft glass. So I'm going to tell it to craft 64 glass. And what it should be doing is sending the glass up here. How is it? Okay, so I did screw something up. So let's just see what that does. And let's I have no idea what to do with this, so let's just it doesn't know what to do, and I don't know what I'm doing with this, so I will come back to this. I'll figure it off camera, and I will show it off then, but I'm going to set this up to make a whole bunch of different things. Now, I am limited. The crafting CPUs will let me make different things, but I'm limited by how many crafting CPUs of how quickly it will make stuff. So there is that. So things like the cobblestone, I'm going to make that myself. It sounds bad, but once I hook this up with a storage bus to the actually that might be what it needs, but I'll figure that out. It might need an export bus. So if I see, and that's going to be similar, but I need to make these, which means I need to make that. I'm going to teach it a lot of recipes, so I'm going to do that off camera, like I said. But hey, we're 3% there. Oh, 2%. I misread that. The next thing we're going to do is finish this quest off. So we need to make an empty serum, which now that I have access to royal jelly, we can do. And that should unlock the next quest. So, relatively easy, just didn't have any royal jelly. So there's that. And we'll get a Valiant Princess and a Valiant Drone. And I'm going to take the right one. Awesome. Ooh, it's an epic bag. Let's see. Nether uranium ore. That is really nice. We can use that to get yellorium. And the pulverizer. That's the only thing. Which is good because I want more yellorium. I haven't really messed too much with that up there, but I have a lot of yellorium, so I probably will expand that Probably for the next episode. I might do that as well, especially with all that Agrarian. But then I will start moving bees up there because the next quest is industrial upgrades. So we need to make a whole bunch of upgrades. Upgrades. So automation. They all take these upgrade frames. So you know what? 10 redstone gold nuggets. I could potentially... What is this? Ooh, we got an indexer and some drones. I will get those. Are they? They're pure drones too. That's nice. So automation upgrade, lifespan, production heater, dryer, desert emulator. Essentially, these upgrades go into the industrial apiary, which is this block right here, and will let me kind of control the bees a little bit better. We need redstone, and I think so. Let's go here. Let's teach it that a block encode clear. All right, and then we're gonna teach it also that. All right, so we can throw those in there and throw these in here. And now if I get some redstone, I really am going to use this to its full potential. I think it's like, what was the upgrade? So these upgrade frames are that. And I can encode that, clear it, and teach it. And now I can just run over here, throw this stuff in, and tell it, make me, how many am I going to need? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we go. Now I can use these to make the automation, which, so if we throw those in, we look up automation, bronze gear, redstone, and a piston. A lot of that stuff I don't have yet, but I wanted to teach the I wanted to teach this how to do those just because of just take a stack of redstone. In the future, I'm gonna just tell it, hey, I want to have it so that I can go up to it and say, I want an industrial apiary and I want all the upgrades that I want, and it'll make it all for me, and I can just take it up and deal with the bees. Because I think that would be ideal. We're gonna need some iron. We're gonna need some more bronze. Wow. But we should be okay for now. So automation upgrade is bronze gear, which we do that. That should work. And a piston. And then the upgrade, and was it redstone? Yes. So there's one. Now this is going to allow basically the bees to go forever with a little bit more energy, which is why the bees are going to be up there, even though that's a tundra. We can get around that with a plane simulation upgrade, which takes this climate control, which isn't difficult, some gears, grass block, which actually is very easy, and then this environmental processor, which this recipe looks very, very complicated, but this recipe might work. In fact, I want to try that recipe because I have a ton of apples with no use, and hey, it works. So I'm just going to stick that in there because I am going to make that eventually. So what's the next one? Lifespan upgrade. we need glass and fermented spider eyes, which I should have some spider eyes. Yeah. Sugar is easy as well. Just need to run over here. And then brown mushrooms. Oh wow, we have a lot of milk. And I can always make another one of these, and I should be able to transfer the liquids. I think I can do that. I think I can do them simultaneously. I'm not sure though. We have brown mushrooms. Yes. And then, do I have any glass up here? I have swirling glass. I wonder if that work. So, fermented spider eyes. Easy. Nope. I don't like that swirling glass. Do I have any other glass up here? I have square glass, but I need more than that. Thickened glass. Ugh. Just grab a stack. If I had this working, I could have made it, but so that'll take a second. While I'm waiting, let's eat. So I do have some other stuff in here. Those are for blood magic, so we'll get into those in the next episode. But for now, I want to deal with these. So there's lifespan. Production upgrades. So production is great. I started using frames, which I think I showed off. Sugar, royal jelly, and bronze. So, was this there, I think? No, other way. I hope nothing else takes bronze. So we need 2 sugar and a royal jelly. So that one's out of frames. I'm going to take that royal jelly because I can. And so they're all out of frames. What I've been doing is just taking these out. These break very easily. I made a couple of soul frames, which I needed impregnated sticks for, which take seed oil, and 2 logs to make. Those are a pain to do, but they work. I'll repair this because I can, and then I'll make one more. But this is basically where all my bee stuff is. It's kind of nice to have everything over there rather than running back and forth all the time, but I'm still running it back and forth all the time, especially when I forget sugarcane, but I should have some like right here. I don't see any sugar. Any in here? Nope. Okay, let's just go grab. I'm wasting time. But the rancher worked very nicely. We will... I also need to do that for mushroom soup, but I need to make mushrooms, and I never checked. I wonder if I can spawn them. I can. Oh, I can do that really easily. So I might do that here soon. Add some mushrooms, maybe some more tanks, whatnot. But production. I'm more interested in the bees. So heater and dryer. So heater, netherrack, bronze, and a climate control. So a lot of bronze. Dryer. More bronze. These climate control modules seem to be popular. And then what else do we have that we can make? Desert emulation. It's probably going to take another climate control. Sand. Yeah, more bronze. So I need to make bronze. But this is currently busy with the cobblestone. So I think I'm just going to leave that alone. It is about wrapping up time. It does suck that I didn't finish what I was doing, but there's more stuff coming that I want to kind of prepare for, and I think ideally I will have my I'm gonna make another crafting terminal so that I can crafting terminal. Then a crafting monitor is also going to be useful, which I'll need. But the crafting terminal will help me make the different things, and then the fluid crafting chambers I'm gonna need. Probably I might need to do a lot of stuff still, but we're getting a start. We have automated crafting now, so I can work on basically what I want there. I'm gonna figure this out off camera. Do I have any? Ooh, I have lots of honey. I figured this out off camera, and probably work more on getting things down there. I'm probably going to automate the production of these storage cells, just because they're going to be very important for this stuff. But I think that I am going to go ahead and call the episode. We got some stuff done. We got some important stuff done. I want that to fill up again. I wonder how fast it'll fill up. Because I think there's a limit to how... it's filling up pretty quickly. I kept getting mob essence from breeding the cows, which I thought I was going to have to do with this, but I guess not. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'm going to sleep to get rid of the rain. I'm going to mess around with bees some more. There is a quest line, so this quest I can do now that I have royal jelly. This quest line I cannot do. I'm not sure. Let's see. Alviary. So the alviary, I need these scented panelings, and I don't have pollen. You get that from industrious or jaded bees. So that's something I cannot make an alviary yet, but I'm gonna need like the alviary fan, which takes different blocks. It even takes swarmers. I'm gonna wait for that to come back, which takes the alviary. Okay, so alviary fan, and it looks like I can, yeah, after that I should be able to use them, make them, but I need to make a thermionic fabricator, which should not be difficult. Stabilizer, sieve. Do I need the sieve? Because I don't have access to frame housing. That is one that I also need to check. Okay, so if I can complete this quest, I'll be able to do this quest and get a lot of honeycombs. That's nice. And potentially more alviaries, which I'm not too concerned with. I'm more concerned with the industrial apiaries. I think that's what I'm going to be using, which means I need to improve the power up there, and get enough production upgrades. Like I said, the planes emulation isn't terribly expensive or anything. It's just kind of a pain. But I can get plenty of grass blocks from blood magic, so that's not a problem. God, that fills up really quickly. That's nice. But I'm going to get things sorted. I'm going to get barrels over here to store all the crops, and I might even pipe the seeds back into... wow, so many potatoes. I might even pipe the seeds back into the system. But we will deal with those once I get more stuff with the automated crafting. When I can make flour and that such and that sort of thing. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I rambled. I always do. But that's going to be it for this. Next time we will finish up with some of the bee quests and potentially get into blood magic some more. Maybe something completely different. I'm not sure. I'll have that fixed for sure. Work on that stuff some more. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!